Hello everyone, it's Tokyo Joe here, coming at you live from Tokyo Midtown, Tokyo, land of Japan. Well friends, this is a very important topic, the one of GAIJIN versus GAIJIN. Why do I talk about this? Because friends, of all the things that go through the GAIJIN's mind every day, of all the things the GAIJIN thinks about, of all the things GAIJIN can be cruel about, this is the one thing GAIJINs think about. And that, my friends, is other GAIJINs. Okay? Why is this? What goes on in the heart of these GAIJINs to make them think like this? Well, I can tell you, friends, from being here for so long, I have seen the GAIJINs come and go. I have seen the GAIJINs thinking their GAIJIN thoughts, and I have seen the GAIJINs be very cruel to other GAIJINs, and to the Japanese too, in the way they think. So let's talk about it. And remember, I'd like to hear your response, video response or comments, because I live for your comments. So make your little notes and write your little comments, and I will respond to every single one of them. Okay. GAIJINs. Well, I'll tell you something. I remember back in the day walking around Shinjuku, and I was the only GAIJIN I ever saw in a single day. There were whole days where I didn't see another GAIJIN. That's how long ago I came here. And I'll tell you something, friends. That don't mean there weren't other GAIJINs in the area. I just never happened to see them. Now, that wasn't every day. In fact, it wasn't most days. Most days I did see GAIJIN. But there are some days I never saw another GAIJIN. Can you believe that? Now, when I see that, I mean a white GAIJIN or a black GAIJIN, because I can't tell, you can't tell from a distance whether there are any Koreans or Chinese GAIJIN or Taiwanese or whatnot. But, you know, it did happen. What happens when you do see another GAIJIN, especially if you're a white man or a white woman, and you see another white GAIJIN? What feeling goes through your heart? What feeling goes through your head? Is it a cruel one, or is it a nice one? Well, friends, I know Tokyo Joe's got a lot of love for all you people out there in Tokyo land. You know that. Except for Daddy Chew, because he just likes playing around with little plastic figurines. But for everyone else, I got a lot of love for you. So, I'll tell you something. If you see another GAIJIN, you are not obliged to nod your head, to smile, to say hello, or anything else. You are not obliged to. No one's going to come over to you and say, you got to do it. But you know what, friends? If you see another GAIJIN and you want to do it, do it. Why not? If they're going to go all kind of European on you and not smile, keep their distance, there ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'll talk about this. I know a lot of you Europeans out there are going to get upset. There are big differences, big cultural differences between Europeans and even the English and the other people from around the world, like, you know, like from the United States, Canada, Australia, other countries. Big differences. I think that usually people from the United States are pretty friendly. We're pretty friendly. And I think that people from Canada, pretty friendly. Australia, pretty friendly. Because we come from countries that are pioneering countries, right? People have to get along with strangers. Yeah, I know. I can hear you English people out there saying, what? I don't want to talk to no dirty stranger. Right? Because English people are more reserved than we are. And, you know, Europeans, well, that's a whole nother level. Okay, that's a whole other level of reserve. You meet some Scandinavians, you meet some people from the south of Europe, France, Italy, Spain, the Germans, the north, and the Eastern Europeans in the east, and even the English. I tell you, friends, there are big differences between them, right? So if you smile at another gaijin and nod your head, just say hi. Don't expect people who come from unfriendly places with unfriendly customs, where they don't trust no strangers and where they don't want to talk to no strangers, right? Or they come from poor countries where they be materially deprived as children and they don't trust strangers and they don't want to do with other strangers because they're afraid the stranger has more money or more stuff or a better education or a better life. Don't fret. Just be yourself. Be a good Christian self, whatever religion you are, and nod your head and acknowledge another stranger on the street. Because I can tell you something, friends. I think to a lot of the people out there in Tokyo Town, that could mean a lot. Especially some of the people out here who are real struggling at the moment with the teaching jobs. I hear them, I see them, I talk to them. They tell me that there are big problems getting good careers out here as English teachers. They're thrown on the pile and they don't get to make a lot of money like in the old days, you know, for what I understand. Maybe you're an English teacher, you got something to say about that. I don't teach English. I don't get to see what happens behind the scenes, right? Except reports from people and people talking to me and saying, hey, Tokyo Joe, you want to hear the news about this? And I listen to them. But I see the look in their eyes. I see the loss of hope, and I see the way they're thinking, and I don't see a lot of happy people in the teaching business. Maybe you got something to say about that. So maybe your smile or your nod will go a long way. Now, if you are an English teacher and you're out here struggling to survive, you know what? Maybe you don't want to go smiling at no other gaijin, right? Because you've got your little world and your own little students and your own little teaching things happening, and you don't want no other gaijin doing that. You don't want them getting in on the action, right? You got your action. You're making a lot of money as far as you can tell. You're making $2,000 a month. You're making 220,000 yen a month. You got your own little great world. You're living in Tokyo Town, and you got your students in the school, and you go every day, and they love you. You don't want no other dirty gaijin getting your work, right? Well, I can understand if you don't want to nod and say hello. But let's face it, there are a lot of strange, weird gaijins walking around Tokyo Town. I've seen them. I've seen you guys. Oh yeah. There are a lot. People who come from all sorts of backgrounds all over the world. They got their own problems inside their own little heads. They're thinking their own little thoughts. Right? They escaped their home country for some reason, and they don't want to go back because they're here in Tokyo Town living their lives. So maybe that's the reason they don't nod, they don't smile, they don't acknowledge. And you know, when you go to a party and there's another gaijin there, and all they do is speak Japanese, hey, look at me, I'm speaking the fucking Japanese and you ain't. That means I'm better than you. And look at me, I've been living here for 5 years, and you just came here last month. I'm better than you, Mr. Gaijin, and guess what? I don't want to talk to you because you're a gaijin and I ain't. No siree. I speak the Japanese. You don't. There are a lot of those gaijins around too. All I can say is be yourself, and if any other gaijins want to behave like that, well, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all, because, you know, let's face it, people should have good Christian manners. I mean, hey, didn't your ma teach you any manners? Okay, friends, please rate, subscribe, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, tell your aunt, tell your uncle about Tokyo Joe. Visit the Tokyo Forum, www.tokyoforum.tk. Follow me on Twitter at Tokyo Forum. And well, that's the forum. Follow me at Tokyo Joe TK. Please rate, subscribe, comment. I will respond to every single one. I want to know what you think about the crazy behavior of gaijins in Tokyo Town, Okay, take care, everyone. I'm going to drink some nice Hibiki whiskey now. Take care, and I'll see you on the forum or your comments below. Bye for now.